Podcasting to the universe.
From the top of Mount Wack.
Live with no pants.
Here's Zach DeWack.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o cock block from the radio, and the monkey on the mic, here running that semi-professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wackalina III, otherwise known as Zach DeWack.
All right, we're gonna do it once more. And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, good morning.
It's great to stay up late.
Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning.
Good morning. Some people still smile.
Good morning to you.
It could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still going.
Good morning, beautiful people. How are you? Sorry I missed Monday. Technical difficulties here. Welcome to those of you from Pleasanton, California, to Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, Port Clinton, Ohio, to Independence, Kentucky, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rocket flamethrower to wacky in the morning show. Live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Ramen Jam and Nut Hut studios at the Wack Shack Broadcast Complex at Peachtree Industrial on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, here in FEMA Region Number 4. Always live at a Studio A today. Last time I checked, it's Friday, March the 10th, 2026. We got this day in history, this day in music, fun facts, the horrible scope, stupid news, and the celebrity birthday list.
Zach DeWack in the morning, Zach DeWack in the morning, in the Nut Hut from the Wack Shack, your daily podcast.
Let's look at the holidays for today. It is National Siblings Day, the annual celebration of the people who know your childhood secrets and will absolutely bring them up at the worst possible moment. A beautiful bond with light emotional terrorism. It's National Hug Your Dog Day. Finally, a holiday nobody argues with. Your dog has no idea what day it is, but they are fully on board with the extra attention, snacks, and acting like they pay the mortgage. It's National Farm Animals Day, a day to appreciate cows, pigs, goats, chickens, and every other type of barnyard legend, pulling their weight while humans walk around stressed over emails. It's National Self-Negativity Day, which sounds lovely in theory, but for most of us it means writing "you got this" on a sticky note while panicking internally. Still nice holiday, very supportive, very dry erase board energy. It's National Cinnamon Crescent Day, a classy little pastry holiday for anybody who likes their breakfast flaky, buttery, and one bad decision away from needing a nap. Yeah, let's see. It's National Safety Pin Day, a salute to the tiny metal hero that has saved shirts, pants, costumes, and public dignity since, forever. No credit, no applause, just vibes and emergency fastening. And it is also Calvin Day and Tamara or Tamara Day. If those are your names, have a nice day. And that's your April 10th holiday rundown. A little love, a little livestock, a little flaky pastry nonsense, and a reminder to hug your dog before your sibling annoys you. All right, let's crank up the fake history music and take a ride through April 10th. The day the Titanic set sail, the safety pin got patented, Paul McCartney basically told the world the Beatles were done, and a volcano in Indonesia absolutely lost its mind.
It happened on this day as if you cared.
In 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia erupted, one of the most powerful volcanic events in recorded history. So if you think your Monday went badly, just remember, at least you didn't explode so hard you changed global weather. In 1849, Walter Hunt patented the safety pin, one of the greatest tiny thing that saves your whole situation inventions ever made. Shirts, diapers, costumes, dignity, the little metal hero has done it all. In 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail from Southampton on its maiden voyage, and history being cruel, we all know how that one ended. April 10th said bon voyage, and history said actually tragedy. In 1953, House of Wax opened in New York, becoming the first color 3D movie from a major studio. So on this day, moviegoers got to see Vincent Price and a chance to wear goofy glasses decades before it was cool. In 1963, the USS Thresher sank in the Atlantic, killing all 129 people aboard. That's one of the sobering April 10th entries, and one to read with a little respect on the mic. In 1970, Paul McCartney announced he was taking a break from the Beatles, which was basically the polite, British-flavored way of telling the world, yeah, this thing's over. Music fans have been emotionally recovering ever since. On April 10th, 1975, 41-year-old Lee Elder becomes the first black golfer to play in the Masters, considered the most prestigious event in the sport. Elder shoots 37 on the front and back nine for a 74 at the Augusta National Golf Club and trails leader Bobby Nichols by 7 strokes. I didn't have any nervousness whatsoever, Elder said after the round. In round 2, Elder shot 78 and missed the cut in the tournament, won by Jack Nicklaus. Elder had qualified for the Masters by winning the 1974 Monsanto Open. In 2001, the Netherlands passed a bill permitting euthanasia, becoming the first country to do so by national law. Big world history moment. No goofy punchline needed. In 2019, astronomers released the first ever image of a black hole, which was incredible because humanity finally got photographic proof of the thing that also describes some people's bank accounts. That's your This Day in History for April 10th. From exploding volcanoes and sinking ships to safety pins, Beatles breakups, and the first photo of a black hole. So yeah, April 10th does not do boring. Here we go with This Day in Music. In
1970.
Elton John released his self-titled second studio album, which included his breakthrough single, Your Song. The album was nominated for the Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1971. Also in 1970, as we mentioned, 27-year-old Paul McCartney issued a press statement announcing the Beatles had split 1 week before the release of his solo album. McCartney said, "I have no future plans to record or appear with the Beatles again or to write any music with John." John Lennon, who had kept his much earlier decision to leave the Beatles quiet for the sake of the others, was furious. When a reporter called Lennon to comment upon McCartney's resignation, Lennon said, "Paul hasn't left. I sacked him." In
1976.
Peter Frampton went to number 1 on the U.S. albums charts with Frampton Comes Alive, one of the biggest selling live albums in rock history. It was the best-selling album of 1976, selling over 6 million copies in the U.S. Frampton Comes Alive was voted Album of the Year in the 1976 Rolling Stone Readers' Poll. It stayed on the chart for 97 weeks.
That's awesome.
In
1982.
Iron Maiden scored their first UK number 1 album with The Number of the Beast. The band's third studio album saw the debut of vocalist Bruce Dickinson and the final appearance of the late drummer Clive Burr. This was their first album to reach number 1 on the UK albums charts and be certified platinum in the US. On this day in
1985,
Madonna dropped Angel, proving that once again in the 80s, Madonna could release a song, a look, a shrug, or probably a grocery list, and it was still gonna become a hit. In
1994,
over 5,000 fans attended a U.S. public memorial service for Kurt Cobain at the Seattle Flag Pavilion. Brain Stew Jaded by Green Day, released on April 10th,
1996.
It became one of Green Day's signature mid-90s singles. In
2000,
Khalees released Get Along With You, back before milkshakes brought all the boys to the yard. She was still warming up to the blender. And on April 10, 2000, the video for Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again premiered, which was basically the moment pop culture said, yeah, we're all wearing red latex in our minds now. Then in
2007.
Reliant K sent the best thing to pop radio, giving us that sweet spot where pop had just enough guitars to sound emotional, but still safe enough for the mail. And in
2020.
Billie Eilish had Elo Milo push the radio because even when Billie whispers, the whole planet leans in like, wait, what was that? And there you go, that's music history. And here's that birthday list. Daisy Ridley turns 34, sci-fi hero status, officially locked in with enough screen presence to make a lightsaber feel undressed. Mandy Moore turns 42, singer, actress, and living proof that some people just keep aging like they signed paperwork with the universe. Orlando Jones turns 58, funny, sharp, and always gives off the vibe that he could roast a whole room before the first commercial break. Katrina Leskonikov of Katrina and the Waves turned 66. Still forever tied to walking on sunshine, which means she's responsible for at least half of humanity pretending to be in a better mood than they really are. Brian Setzer turned 67, rockabilly swagger so strong it probably enters the building before he does. Babyface also turning 67. The man has written and produced so many hits he probably hears royalty checks in surround sound. And Steven Seagal turns 74 years young today. Still walking around like every room is an action scene and every sentence needs dramatic squinting.
Happy birthday!
And then there's Omar Sharif, born this day in 1932, and he passed in 2015. Egyptian actor, best known for classics like Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, and Funny Girl. And also legendary NFL coach and commentator John Madden would have been 90 years young today. That's your April 10th birthday list. A little action, a little soul, a little swagger, and a whole lot of people aging better than the rest of us and our busted sleep schedules. And remembering Pope Gregory the 13th, he died this day in 1585. The Pope best known for the Gregorian calendar, which means the man likely helped shape the dates we still complain about today. Stuart Sutcliffe passed in 1962, original bassist for the Beatles in their early days. So yes, April 10th took a Beatle before they were the Beatles. Let's see. Sam Kinison passed in 1992, explosive comic, scream, laugh legend, and living proof that stand-up comedy does not have to be subtle to be unforgettable.
Say it! Tell me why! Say it! Say it!
Little Eva passed in 2003, singer of The Locomotion, which means she helped give the world one of those songs that can turn any room into a wedding reception against its will. Dixie Carter passed in 2010, actress best known for designing women. Elegant, sharp, and fully capable of delivering a line that could cut through drywall. And O.J. Simpson passed away on this day in 2024. Former football legend and one of the most infamous public figures in modern American history. That one lands more as historic and notorious than playful. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's your April 10 celebrity death list. Proof that legends, icons, and a few complicated headlines never really leave the conversation. All right, here's some news. Savannah Guthrie returned to the Today Show Monday morning, her first time co-hosting the NBC program since her mother's disappearance 2 months ago. Over the weekend, Savannah posted a video message through a New York church on Easter speaking about the uncertainty and grief she's facing as her 84-year-old mother, Nancy, remains missing. Former co-host Hoda Kotb returned to the show to fill in during Guthrie's absence. When two taped an interview in March, Guthrie said, "I can't not come back. This is my family. I think it's part of my purpose right now." Taylor Frankie Paul says she's no longer a part of the Mormon Church and now on a quest to learn more about life amid the criminal investigation against her. The controversial The Secret of Mormon Wives star wrote a message on Instagram saying she's detaching from the church even though she was born and raised a Mormon. Paul has been in the spotlight since TMZ published a 2023 video showing her getting into a violent altercation with her ex-husband, Dakota Mortensen, in front of their 5-year-old daughter who suffered a head injury, according to police. Heated Rivalry is officially getting the musical treatment. Heated Rivalry, the unauthorized musical parody, is set to take the stage May 12th for an off-Broadway production. While the musical version of the book and TV series will draw inspiration from the source material, it will not be a loyal adaptation. Instead, it'll be a parody of the hockey romance story. It'll star J. Armstrong Johnson and Jim and Moon, who are both Broadway veterans, having starred in hit shows like Sunset Boulevard, Catch Me If You Can, and On the Town. Dan Levy isn't interested in a Schitt's Creek revival without Catherine O'Hara. 2 months after the actress who co-starred on the show alongside Levy died following a brief illness, the actor revealed he was thinking about creating a sequel to the sitcom before her death. But on CBS Sunday Morning, he said, "Not now, you can't." He also spoke through tears of visiting the small community of Goodwood, Ontario, where Schitt's Creek was filming, saying, "It's tough being back. I didn't think that I'd have quite an emotional reaction." Well, don't expect to see Henry Winkler reprise Fonzie's moves on Dancing with the Stars. After reposting a decades-old Happy Days dance marathon scene, Winkler received a public offer from William Shatner to help secure him a spot on Dancing with the Stars Season 35. Shatner, who is friends with former Dancing with the Stars host Tom Bergeron, joked that Winkler could still pull off the moves. Winkler, who is 80, quickly declined the offer with a message, "Love to you, but no dancing, thank you." Kanye West says Pepsi has withdrawn sponsorship of the London, UK Wireless Music Festival that he is scheduled to headline after PM Keir Starmer joined criticism of the event. The rapper has drawn condemnation in recent years for a series of anti-Semitic remarks. Well, in Guns N' Roses news, while headlining Monsters of Rock Brazil on Saturday, they performed the Use Your Illusion tune Bad Apples for the first time in 35 years. It was just the second live performance of the song, which they debuted at Brazil's Rock in Rio in 1991. Yes has postponed its European tour so guitarist Steve Howe can undergo an essential operation. The English prog rock band posted that they will delay the 11-date Fragile tour to allow him to recover from this undisclosed surgery. Carrie Underwood recently told reporters the hardest part of touring is figuring out what songs you're not going to do. With over a dozen #1 hits, she said, finding that perfect balance of just enough new stuff and obviously the ones that people expect to hear, I'm like, we're not going to do that one? She also joked, "I can't be on stage for 4 hours singing my songs." Well, there is no reason to begin your day by being jolted out of bed with a jarring alarm. According to research from audiovisual agency Startle, the abrupt, high-pitched tones can trigger a stress response, worsen grogginess, and prolong sleep inertia. They found that the best alarms are melodic, rhythmic, and gradually increase in volume. Gentle tones engage the brain's waking network, supporting clearer thinking, better mood, and stable energy. Here are the best phone alarms to wake up to. If you have an iPhone, the Sencha, by the seaside, Steps, and Uplift. For Samsung, Synth Bell, and Roller Disco. For any gentle melodic alarm in key C, 100 to 120 beats per minute at 500 hertz. If you don't want to use your phone alarm, Startle suggests the use of sunrise alarms, which gradually increase light as you awaken. If getting out of bed is a daily battle for you, experts say the best thing to do, in addition to swapping out your obnoxious alarm, is to prioritize a consistent waking routine. I gotta say, no matter how much I hate my alarm, I draw the line at voluntarily waking up to anything called roller disco. Well, scientists say so-called eye floaters may not be as harmless as we were led to believe. A new study by researchers in the Netherlands found that while flashes of light have been treated as warning signs, floaters, especially when they appear suddenly in large numbers, could also signal serious problems such as retinal detachment. About 1 in 5 patients with many floaters had a tear or detachment, rising to nearly 1 in 3 when flashes were also present. The findings suggest primary care doctors should take sudden floaters more seriously, though in most cases they are still harmless and linked to normal aging. It's also clear to me now. Fertility isn't just about women. Men's diets matter too. Dutch researchers found that higher intake of ultra-processed foods like snacks, sugary drinks, and processed meats is linked to a lower chance of conceiving, and men with the highest intake had up to 36% reduced fertility. For women, processed foods didn't affect conception but were tied to slightly smaller embryos early in pregnancy. The findings highlight how both partners' diets can play a role in fertility and early development. Sorry guys, this info most definitely does not mean that Doritos can be used as birth control. Here's a Dweck, did you know? A rare cushion from a Titanic lifeboat is expected to sell up to $225,000 at auction in England on April 18th. Made of canvas and still bearing its original lifeboat plaque, the rare item was used by survivors who were rescued by the ship Carpathia. The cushion has a well-documented history traced back to a victim's friend who purchased it after the disaster. Passed down through generations, it's now considered a unique collector's piece and a remarkable artifact from the 1912 tragedy. It is being sold alongside an original length of rope from the Titanic. $225K for a cushion? Let that sink in. Wait, what? Alright, here's the whack facts for today. All of Earth's continents are wider at the north than in the south, and nobody knows why. Since 1970, the width of a standard casket has grown from 22 inches to 28. The hard-boiled egg will spin. An uncooked or soft-boiled egg will not. The only muscle that never tires is the heart. Given the opportunity, deer will chew gum and marijuana. In blind, small tests, mothers rated their own baby's diapers as the least smelly. That comes to you from the Random Fact Generator, Bathroom Readers Institute. Alright, it's time for the world-famous, highly outrageous, never-ever contagious Dweck in the Morning Horrible Scopes for Friday, April 10th, 2026.
Whether you're rich or parking cars, your fate is written in the stars. You don't want to look like a dope, so please listen close for your horoscope.
If today is your birthday, you are an Aries. You're charging into Friday like you've got a plan, a purpose, and a personal soundtrack. The problem is your actual plan appears to be wing it aggressively. Try not to start drama before breakfast. Not every inconvenience is a personal attack from the universe.
If you keep making faces like that, your face is going to stay that way.
Taurus, today your soul wants peace, snacks, and a chair nobody else has touched. Unfortunately, the world has sent you people, noise, and at least one idiot with a dumb question. Protect your energy and your lunch, because both are under threat.
They're crackpots.
Gemini, your mouth is running on premium fuel today, and that is both your superpower and your legal risk. You'll say something hilarious by 9 a.m. and something questionable by 9:07. Maybe don't mix sarcasm, caffeine, and coworkers unless you're ready for consequences.
This is so good.
Cancer Moonchild, you're extra emotional today, which means one weird look from somebody could send you into a full internal documentary called Why Am I Like This? Relax, not everybody is judging you. Some people are just tired, awkward, and built funny.
Mr. 305!
Leo, you woke up ready to be seen, admired, and possibly applauded for surviving the week. And honestly, respect. Just remember, not every room needs your grand entrance, or your TED Talk, and your reaction shot. Sometimes good morning is enough, superstar.
It's fabulous. It's amazing.
Virgo, you'll spend most of today noticing mistakes nobody else sees and silently judging how society continues to function at all. The typo in that email will still haunt you. The crooked picture frame will insult you. And the stupidity around you will test your blood pressure.
My balls are killing me.
Libra, you're trying to keep it cute, balanced, and unbothered, but somebody around you is acting like a clearance rack villain. Stop trying to smooth everything over. Some people don't want peace. They want attention, chaos, and a witness.
That's it. That's all they have to do.
Scorpio, your nonsense detector is going off all day. You'll sense fake energy, weird movies, and one person lying with way too much confidence. The question is not whether you know. The question is whether you're going to expose it now or save it for maximum dramatic effect.
Yeah, boy!
Sagittarius, Friday has you feeling reckless, which means you are exactly one bad idea away from turning a normal day into a story nobody should tell at all.
You can go. You don't have to. You can hang around. Still great, but you can go.
Sagittarius, Friday has you feeling reckless, which means you are exactly one bad idea away from turning a normal day into a story nobody should tell at work. Slow down. Just because something sounds fun does not mean it ends well or ends with your dignity intact.
Freedom of speech!
Capricorn, you are in full boss mode today, focused, efficient, and already disappointed in everybody moving too slow. Sadly, the universe has assigned you at least one human speed bump. Stay on task and don't let clown behavior interrupt your empire building.
I am asking you to please stop calling me.
Aquarius, your brain is coming up with wild ideas today, and one of them is either brilliant or absolutely unhinged. It's hard to tell with you. Write it down anyway. Innovation always starts with somebody sounding weird before everyone else catches up.
I mean, folks, that is magic.
And finally, Pisces, you're floating through Friday in a dreamy little haze, which is adorable until you forget something important and then act shocked. Stay grounded. Not every random feeling is spiritual guidance. Sometimes it's just low blood pressure and a sad playlist.
I still remember the first time I went to America.
Well, there you go. That's your DeWack in the Morning Horoscopes for Friday, April 10th, 2026. May your coffee be strong, your enemies be obvious, and your bad decisions at least make for a good story. And
Don't leave home without him.
there you go. That's another show for you. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your Doomsday host, the incredible, edible Mr. Zach Wackalina. Please connect with me at ZachDeWack.com. That's ZACKDAWACK.com, or call 984-DeWack1. That's 984-329-2251. Leave a message. Like it, follow us, or subscribe, and please share this show with your friends. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jelloheads anonymous for listening. It means a lot. I'm out of here like Vladimir until next time. And there will be a next time. Don't forget me, I won't forget you. I am Zach DeWack, saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. Unless I'm sicker than a dog or technical difficulties, I will be back Monday. I will see you then. Same whack time, same whack channel. Whack out.
The best part of waking up is not giving a fuck.
Bye, buckaroos. Maine in Georgia.